Oh, is that the sign that we live? Are we back up in here?
Is it? Bien? Oh, well,
Mm.
greetings, everybody.
He said greetings.
How are you guys doing today?
Hey man, you know we back in here with the fly sippers.
Keep on sipping, sipping into the future, future,
Oh yeah.
future.
Oh yeah.
This is how we learn. I'm Austin.
And it's your boy Mike.
Yes, yes, yes. It is Mike. Yep. So, good sir, what are you sipping on, man?
The stop tapping on my phone. First off, resident guest here, as many would know him as Deadpool. I know him as Wade Winston Wilson. Also
Mm-hmm.
joining me for the shot here, because your boys got the dub, which we will touch on in a second. So I'm gonna take me a shot at Evan real quick,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as well as what I'm actually sipping on. Get it in the shot. Get it in the shot. Man, let me tell you, Dogfish Head Sequence Ale literally tastes a little bit like kind of like a mix between like a margarita, a little bit of Sprite, all mixed with beer. A little bit more on the tart side for the margarita side. Get your because they actually redid the can art. Let me make sure it stays zoomed in. Let me zoom in with it. So up and went out of space. But I actually like the can art that they actually did with it. Um, like I said, good refreshing beer, and like I said, perfect way to just take out the season and start welcoming more of the brown and fall beers and your darker beers and stuff, which is more of what I like. So y'all stay tuned, y'all. Get y'all's drink knowledge up. But I don't talk too much about what I'm sipping on. What you over there sipping on, man?
You know, that's probably start detoxing. But I got this Woodford Reserve in my Chiefs cup that I got from Arrowhead. You
Cheese.
know, great game. I was there for the Thursday night game, home opener, I think 2 years ago. The Chiefs against the Chargers.
Mm.
That was the game where Travis Kelce got spine busted by Derwin James. And yeah, yeah, we were like, ooh. Another funny thing happened. My sister,
Double.
so I was there with bro's sister-in-law and my sister, and we all had on red. I had on a Patrick Mahomes jersey. That's the only jersey I own that's not my team because he's one of my favorite players of all time already. But
Mm-hmm.
I had that jersey on. My sister wore red. She had Austin Eckler on her fantasy team. It was in the fourth quarter. Austin Eckler dropped the pass. People were like kind of cheering. My sister was like, "Man, come on, man, gotta catch that!" And everybody turned around like a SpongeBob meme or the Inception movie where like stuff happens, and everybody stops. It's like you're not supposed to be here type stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, and she was like, "Ooh, ooh." I was like, "Yo, you forgot where you were, yo. What you doing?"
Yay.
Not in this stadium. No, they've been tailgating since 5 a.m. No, 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 no.
They probably have been knowing
Yes,
Arrow.
like they were actually like they had the gates closed and the line was like people been waiting to get in since 7. So
Yeah.
they were just waiting by their cars, throwing the football around. Gates open up, go in their park, set up. Everything. I was
Yeah.
like,
Start
yo,
cooking and stuff. Yeah. That's what, 7 a.m.
oh, this is what happens when you get around an old team. Got it. So yeah, Woodford Reserve, man.
Now, no
Uh,
barbecue big around there. At that point, do you like kind of pre or like par cook the brisket and then finish cooking it at the game? And then like
bro, everybody got
that's gonna be
grills.
some planning, man, because I know tailgating serious out there. So
Bam. Yeah. And they got that big parking lot because they share the same grounds as the Royals.
yeah.
So yeah,
Wow.
that was a fun game.
Mhm.
It was dope because every time they scored, they played what is it? Beastie Boys. You gotta fight, doom for your right to party. And beach ball. So we were on the first level. Beach balls are coming from the top level. I was like, oh, these people
Mhm.
are partying in here, yo. This is what it man. And that was when we had the whole Tepper era started and everything. And I was like, I forgot what this feels like. This is
Yeah.
fun. Oh my God. Y'all are partying in here. Beach balls coming from the top. Everybody's like, yeah, we got a touchdown. I saw Patrick Mahomes like a crazy like run to the side and stop and kind of I was like, yeah, the GOAT, man. The GOAT. But yeah, man, what we gonna start off with, man?
We're doing mainly just NFL tonight. Is there any other new?
No, got
I haven't
nothing. I mean,
I haven't
WNBA
been
playoffs
checking out any
started.
WNBA playoff
Yeah,
games,
but
which is
until somebody does something to the Aces, which is my favorite team of the WNBA because I saw them a couple times.
The Aces
Um,
are pretty lit, man.
shout out to Kelsey Plum.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like if nothing, what Caitlin Clark is, she's there, but right now ain't nobody touching the Aces. I think the only way that you can kind of break up dynasties in the WNBA is by adding another team to space
Which
up.
I feel like I feel like they kind of do for. I feel like that's kind of a small league.
Yeah, like, but its talent is so dense. Everybody's. I don't think people can get that much better. You know what I mean? So it was
Well,
like
that's the other thing. I mean, you also might as well have some of those other teams that are kind of bad for a couple years. Like,
the Fever,
yeah, like
the
for
Sky.
example, back when they existed, the Sacramento Monarchs. You might as well have those kind of teams around. That way, there is talent discrepancy. There's this team that gets the higher
Yeah,
lottery
yeah,
pick.
yeah, 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 yeah.
There's like you might as well try to level out some of this dense talent discrepancy by like adding a couple teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do need to add more teams because look at it,
Bring
right?
the steam back.
Please do. Like the Fever, they were what? They got the first pick. They got
Mhm.
Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
Playoffs. How much better can they get now? Because they're never gonna get the first pick ever again. The Sky, Andrew Reese, Cordoza, doop, shot back up.
Hmm.
What is so you're not gonna get that far. So like it may go in waves, or it could just be like I don't know, man. Like there's so much talent in the WNBA. Like, they just space it out. But from a financial standpoint, y'all going to these games?
I would go to the game,
Yeah, we will
but
go to
that's
the games. But it's like so the Aces play on the strip at Mandalay Bay.
Mhm.
It's not a big arena. It's in a casino. It's like it's like the Garden at MGM Grand where the
Mhm.
boxing fights are. I was there for WWE Money in the Bank. I was like, okay, I get it, but they're not that big in here.
Yeah,
So long to do stuff like that, cool. But I don't know. You got to find places that people actually want to that people are gonna pay to see.
that
So
I agree. That I agree with.
yeah, because like we're gonna watch, but the casual fans are not gonna watch it all. You got to
Yeah,
pull them in. You got to make it cool to pull them in. Because people go see Caitlin Clark, but people aren't gonna see. Um, I guess Brianna Stewart and Sabrina are a little bit different because they play for New York, and then Seattle doesn't have a team anymore for NBA.
that's what I was about to say.
Um,
I was like, bring back some of the teams that we knew that are
Houston
gone.
Comets, they were running through teams, yo.
Bring back Houston, Charlotte, Sacramento, and Seattle.
Portland had a team for like not many seasons, but yeah.
It was
No,
like
yeah. I mean,
just adding those four.
Seattle still has the WNBA team.
Oh,
Um,
wait, no, they do. Yeah.
yeah, because Sue Bird used to play for them.
Um. See, this shows I don't have a whole lot of knowledge about them. But yeah, Charlotte, Houston, Sacramento. But the problem with a city like Sacramento is that it's not as major as other cities in California, let alone other states. And then you have to think, like you said,
You gotta
how many
go to the game.
how many fans are coming to the game?
Hmm
Um,
Because the thing is like this, the product isn't like the product is good. There's
yeah.
good games, there's a great game. You like basketball, you're gonna love it. They're great basketball players, you
Hmm.
know, but people just not going. I don't know if it's marketability or something. And I hate when they say, man, lower the rim. That's not gonna, no.
It has not been an issue up to now. Don't.
No, you don't need a dunk. It looks cool with the NBA, but people the NBA is such now, I think the NBA grown to the part where it's such a league that is so cool to be there, right? Because
Hmm.
it's basically a fashion show. And yeah, some people just there to be on their phones, which is funny.
Hey, whatever team or whatever team's game they went to, that team made money, even if they're there on
It
their phone.
did, but it's like you're not gonna get those fans just to be like, oh yeah, I'm at this game because it was cool.
But yeah, they're not actually watching the product
They're not watching the game.
and then
So,
going to a future game. I agree.
mhm.
But yeah, I would agree. If financially the WNBA could support it, expand, bring bring back Charlotte, bring back Sacramento, bring back Houston, and maybe do one other team. Expand, and that way there's a bigger league that, like we just said earlier, it'll level out some of this super dense competition. You get those handful of teams that'll be bad for a while, and then all of a sudden they're shooting up, and a different team is starting to be on the decline. Then you get your waves of just like, oh yeah, this team was good in that era. This team was good in that era. But like you said, the competition is so condensed. It's essentially every team is good, and you just basically play to play, and whatever teams make the playoffs make the playoffs. But there's an argument for every team being good because there's talent everywhere.
Yes, yep, and just like we said before, Fever dead last this year in the
Playoffs.
playoffs. So and Caitlin Clark is only going to get better. Andrew Reese is only going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget they also
She's
the
not
Sky
playing right
also
now,
have
right?
Cardozo. Now I don't think Andrew Reese made the playoffs. I don't
Because
think the Sky made the playoffs. Let's see.
gotcha. But yeah, that's a good touch on WNBA. That
Hmm.
I might check out a couple games here and there whenever I'm
Yeah,
not ramped up with football stuff.
I was watching the Aces and the Storm yesterday, but for gambling purposes.
Hmm. Which, if it's legal in y'all state, hey man, throw a few bets out there. It'll at least get you to watch the games and such. And who knows, man, y'all might win
Speaking of
something
bets, bro,
on a nice parlay.
Travis Etienne, I was one touchdown away from like $300.
The pain.
My man had touchdowns the first 2 weeks, couldn't punch it in this week. I was like, okay, cool. All right,
Buff
first and goal on like the
Buffalo
third,
chewed them
two
up.
false starts. I said, come on, man. How? We right
That's how
here.
bad Buffalo's defense was chewing them up. The Jacksonville offensive line had happy feet.
Hated it, man.
Oh my goodness. Which I'll touch a little bit on that once we start going through the games. Oh, that's this week's game.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah, we already went over like the last week's games, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can kind of throw notions out there for the remainder of the Sunday night game and then the Monday night
Yeah,
doubleheader.
Monday night. Yeah. All right, works. What you got?
Well,
Um, let me
first
pull it
one.
up.
Yeah.
I thought I had it up. I thought where'd it go? Okay, here we go. Week 3, Sunday night game. It was
Is that, oh, I had the other one pulled up.
Falcons and the Chiefs.
No real notes on that except the Falcons pulled the Falcons overall and
Uh,
had horrible game management at the end of the game.
wait, sitting.
Uh, I was saying the Falcons kind of pulled the Falcons that had horrible game management towards the end of the game because they led a good portion of that game.
Yep. You know what?
And then all of a sudden, it was just like the coaching
Yeah.
roller coaster
Yep.
right over and it's like y'all just kind of falling flat against a team that is actually really, really good. Even with the high turnover rate that the Chiefs have had for their wide receivers, this team is still really good. And you can't fully doubt their defense anymore. It's like y'all are kind of falling flat against uh, at this point perennial playoff team. Um, it was pretty flat. The Falcons went pretty flat, but I will say Drake London did kind of show off. So for those of y'all that are fantasy football team owners, Drake London did kind of show off that game. Just kind of a shame they didn't maintain the lead properly, including a couple turnovers and turnovers on downs. So
Hmm.
that was my notes about,
Got
I
it.
guess,
Well,
the second half of
yeah,
Sunday night.
I got a question for you on that game. What's going on with Travis Kelce? Like,
Glad you said that. Glad you said that, and that's the why we titled the episode why what we did. Is he a football player or an actor? Because the show getting ready to stream called Grotesquerie. He's one of the actors in that show. And it's one of those, where did you find time to act, like to be in this show and still kind of dedicate time to your team? Where did you find that time?
honestly, I'm maybe the off-season stuff, but I'm also thinking this. Does he not care as much anymore?
That too. That's another reason I
Because
titled it like that. It's
because
like with
it's like okay, I'm engaged. You married. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And as you get older, this has nothing to do with women. As you get older, right? Case in point, I had like one of my happy hours at our work. We went to another spot and it hit like 8 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? I feel like going home.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, I got three championships. I got records. I don't, I don't know. I may be slowing down a little because think of it, him and Gronk are the same age.
True. I must say,
Gronk
because he's not
started,
that much younger than Jason, right?
but Travis is younger than Jason.
I must say he's not that much younger than Jason, right?
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. But at the end, I know Gronk started a lot earlier than
Hmm.
Travis. But also, I wonder if he's like, I don't like doing all this stuff right now.
Right.
I do have a feeling he's going to turn it up later. But right now, it looks like he's just going through the motions.
I agree. And for fantasy owners, I hope he does turn it up later. Because when I saw that ad, and then, like you had pointed out, they showed that clip of him on Sunday night, like on the sideline, and it literally just looked like he didn't even care. It's one of those. But that's what you were doing in the off season. No wonder. Hmm.
Yeah. Also, too, winning a championship and then winning another one, I wonder if that hangover is finally starting to hit. Because usually,
Yeah.
they've been one, lose the next one. Oh, nah, fuck that, man. I ain't going out like that. All right, win one, win the second one.
Plus, you got to think that's a lot of football.
That is a lot of football.
Because I mean, obviously,
You play
18
till,
weeks 18-week season for every team, but then they make the playoffs, so then they have to play extra weeks, and then they make the Super Bowl. They have to play an extra week.
hold on one second. Well, let me find this joint. Hold up. Wait a minute. 1 second. Let's see. 2024. is looking at the schedule right now. Super Bowl ended in February, right?
Mhm.
Okay. The first day of the 2024 season starts on April 15th. OTA off-season workouts, May 20th through the 22nd, May 28th through the 30th, June 4th through the 7th. Mandatory mini camp, June 11th. So he's been kind of going, and they, you know, they're gonna be doing workouts just by themselves.
Mhm. And then since you laid out that timeline like that, as well as whatever he did for this show grotesquely, is like, when did you have time to just rest, to just sit down?
None. So let's say if he just showed up to mandatory minicamp, right? February to June, that's like what, 4 months
4 months. Yeah.
of just 4 months of not getting into car crashes, basically.
Yeah.
So you have a total of 8 months and 2 years. No, I'm gonna say no, 12 months and 3 years of not getting no, you know what? One, two. I was serious. 8 months and 2 years of not getting into car crashes and
Mhm.
still trying to enjoy your life and hanging out with Taylor Swift doing time because now you have time, right? And you know how it is when you're with someone. One thing that's underrated that you people forget is you need to have time.
Mhm.
So I know she got a busy schedule. So he got to fly everywhere. You know what that is? Sitting down, chilling, going, nah, fam. So yeah, I don't know. I think this could be his last year.
I would agree with that. Man's woe out, man, because you also got to think it's not like they only played. Well, when did they expand it to the 18-week schedule?
Was it last week? I mean, last year?
I think maybe the year before. Did Steve Wilkes go 7-10?
I think Wilkes was 17 game schedule. No, I don't know. It was
Yeah.
recently.
So yeah, that would have been an 18-week schedule because he had the bye week. So yeah, it was a 17-game schedule. He did go 7-10. So yeah, either that or the year before that was a 17-game schedule, and I'm pretty sure it was the Steve Wilkes year is when they expanded it to 17 games, 18 weeks. But regardless, um, so even without the additional week, the Chiefs have won the AFC West 9 straight years. That's 9 straight playoff appearances. So think about how many of those he's been part of, on top of at least a 17-week football schedule. And it's not like the Chiefs lost many of those playoff games. So then they have to play weeks on top of that. I think he's just woe out, man. I agree with it. It's getting about that time.
Hmm.
I do hope he does turn it up at the end, though. His fantasy owners are going to be mad that TKO is no
You
longer
know what?
TKO.
I don't think fantasy owners will be too mad because for the most part, for fantasy, tight ends are not doing great
Yeah, you got
across the
Cole
board.
Kmet. You got Cole Kmet and
Brock Bowers is getting like 7 to 9 a game, but he's supposed to be like one of the elite ones right now.
Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta, wasn't he hurt?
Yep.
Or did he come out
Hawkinson's
of the
coming
game?
back in 2 weeks, I believe. Gasecki
Yeah,
has
you got
spikes.
Cole Kmet and I was going to say Evan Ingram, but the Jaguars haven't figured out their offense yet. So yeah, you got Cole Kmet, maybe Dalton Kincaid, who's still getting
Yeah,
like a
I
second
mean, Dalton
unreleased deal.
Kincaid as of Monday.
So I agree with you. Tight ends, the stock in tight ends has plummeted. Travis
Dalton
Kelsey
Schultz
had a
probably been one
game
of the
with
solid
point three.
people.
Like he had a game with point 0.3. Think about that. One of the most popular and biggest name tight ends that we know in today's game finished a professional football game with .3 fantasy points.
Ramondre Stevenson?
That's a running back.
Not bad. PTSD. Because he gave me .3 in a PPR league.
Well, I mean, everyone knows
And I
Patriots.
lost by 5.
The Patriots offense is bad. So
I lost by 5, Mike.
let's not even touch on that. Patriots offense is bad.
Gosh, yeah. Hunter Henry had a really good week 2. And week 3, 2.9. He got 2.9. Ramondre Stevenson got .3. I was ready to cut him on sight. Then I realized I ain't got no running backs. I was so mad, yo. But
oh boy,
nothing is worse than Zeke for me because it was the last time I had him on my team. I needed like 5 points to win the game. And I think like luckily I made the playoffs like the next couple games, but I needed 5 points. I got Zeke on a Monday night. He can give me 5, right? Uno, dos, man. 2. 2 points.
Ooh, this beer good.
I said, never again. I see him on my team. Yo.
You know what that just reminded me of? On the flip side of that, on the opposite end of that, it reminded me and you had to play each other in Brady's league. Shout out to Brady, man.
Shout out.
Me and you had to play each other in Brady's league, and you were leading me by 31, and I only had Sebastian Janikowski left to play.
Bam. I hate stuff like that.
36.
A kicker? Yo.
His shortest field goal was 45, so none of his kicks were worth 3. They were all like 5+.
Yo, I was about to be like Chisel Adonis, man. Chris, I was.
Oh man, that memory's gonna live rent free. I was like, ain't no way I pulled this off. I look back, the Raiders won 21-18, all field goals, and Sebastian Janikowski's closest field goal was 40 yards. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was 18-15. They won by a field goal. Yeah, it was 18-15. Yeah, they won by a field goal, but his closest one was 40. So none of them were worth 3. It's like, bro, come on. The worst luck.
You know what's wild? Oh, that has nothing to do with sports at all. So I'm listening to a song, and there's the comment section, and it said "totally worth the seizure." Why would you type that?
Totally worth the seizure.
So if anybody who wants to like read some funny stuff, go to YouTube, look up Playboy Cardi songs, whatever, and then go to the comment section. It's it's insane. Just to let y'all know. I'll find one and then I'll tell you. But actually,
Speaking of seizures, one cool thing, I know this is also off topic from sports. One cool thing they did for the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, they actually redid all the games and reduced a lot of the flashing and the light output
nice.
for
That stuff
those
used to be ridiculous.
because they understood. Yeah,
That game used to be that game was ridiculous. I was like, why are there so many colors?
because
It was like
they
rapid.
understand this game was so popular, this collection so popular is going to be played online. They were like, yeah, let's tone all of that down. And you actually can't even change the setting to be back to the original unless you play on console. So if you select online, by default, the light reduction is on and you can't change it. I was like, that's smart. I like that.
All right, here we go, right? So this song came out 8 months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me see. Let me see. Let me watch your face real quick, man. It's one of those things like, yo, try not to laugh. My wife of 43 years passed away back in 1972. This is by far her favorite song. It still brings me tears hearing it today. The next one. 54 years old, retired vet, trucker. Listen to Cardi gets me through those cold nights on the highway, where it was me and my good old bottle of whiskey. God bless you all. Um, oh, I remember hearing this song on a boat with with Odysseus in 600 BC. We defeated the Cyclops and then bumped this song to celebrate. It still hits today. Um, my 90-year-old grandmother was on her deathbed, and on her last breath, she asked me to lean in, and she whispered in my ear, "Back Rooms" by Playboi Carti. As soon as I played it, she inhaled a deep breath, took off her breathing tubes, and poured a two of basically lean, and felt better. All thanks to you. You saved my grandma. I was a governor, astronaut, and a self-made millionaire, but as soon as I heard this beautiful and exquisite piece of art, I'm flabbergasted. Now, I am now an alcoholic and, and a single father of nine. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, back to sports, man. But if you got, yeah, you guys want to laugh, look at Wait, okay, my bad. This song never gets old. Listening to it since nine, and now I'm 28 with two children. 19 years later, it still rocks. The song came out 8 months ago. So if you want to laugh, just look up Playboy Cardi songs and look at the comment section.
That is hilarious.
But it doesn't make sense.
Um, on the context of sports,
Yes. Sunday Night Football? Monday Night Football.
um, Beth is low key. Actually, no, at this point, hockey now. Beth is claiming the Jacksonville Jaguars as her team, mainly because she loves the state of Florida. We've been there multiple times for anniversary trips and such. And of the three teams in Florida, she was like absolutely not on Tampa. So she said, so it's between Miami and Jacksonville. So she picked Jacksonville. Yeah, she was hurt Monday. She basically stopped paying attention to her phone. For the Buffalo Bills and Jacksonville Jaguars, game one of the doubleheader. There's a grand opening, grand closing.
$300, man. I could have had $300.
Five touchdowns in the first half. I believe they were perfect in the first half, right? They didn't have a drive where they didn't score. Yeah, they on every drive that they
Oh
had, they
yeah,
scored in the
it looked
first
like they were
half.
playing on easy mode, yo.
Oh man,
Like
and Jacksonville.
the
Go
backup
ahead.
running back got a passing touchdown. So, you know,
Yeah, but in Jacksonville, since they were playing from behind and playing from so much behind so early, I mean they basically got into they had to stay into formations where they're trying to chunk out yards. Buffalo's defense wore out Jacksonville's offensive line so much that I mean, Trevor was running and scrambling and just doing stuff. He was running for his life. That was a bad game. It was what 47-10, I think was the final.
question, would you put him in a bust alert category?
Not quite yet. That
Okay.
not say that game was like basically he was basically a victim of the moment. That's what I would chalk that game up to.
All right.
Like a lot of things went Buffalo's way. All of a sudden, Jacksonville gets turnovers. More things go Buffalo's way. I haven't seen enough to say he's a bust yet. I would say Jacksonville hasn't figured out their stride on offense, but as far as the player Trevor Lawrence, I would put him in the bust area yet. No, I mean he's got a playoff win, of course. That's Brad
Yep,
didn't
you're
say
right.
that.
So like no, I was like, yo, he'll be the perfect fit for a young quarterback in the Panthers' new offense. Because it just requires a quarterback with an arm to just fire. Bing,
Mm-hmm.
bing, bing, bing. Not necessarily moving around or thinking, just hey, make the read, make the read, make the read. That's it.
Yeah, which I got a joke I got to touch on. I'll touch on it post show. I won't say it in show. Um, but yeah, that kind of game, it was just like he was a victim of the moment. He was trying to make stuff happen, and it was one of those y'all are already down 30. Come sit on the bench. Everything went Buffalo's way. Nothing's going y'all's way. Um, but the thing I will touch on for that game before we move on to the other Monday night game. Congrats to Damar Hamlin. He's finally got an interception in his stat line. We didn't even think he'd be here. 2 years ago, we didn't know if he'd be here. We saw my man's pass out without a heartbeat. So, congrats. He's got his first interception in his stat line now. For the other Monday night game, though, you hear about that game breaking history in two different areas?
Mm-mm.
Washington quarterback, Jayden Daniels. There we go. Jayden Daniels now broke the record for best completion percentage by a rookie in his first Monday night game.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
He was a number 2 draft pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So was CJ Stroud.
Didn't CJ Stroud get a playoff win?
And I really, 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 really dislike when people say, see, the rookie quarterback need to sit and learn. But what about him? Well, CJ Stroud was the anomaly. Okay, now what about him?
Mm-hmm.
No, what are we talking about? Maybe these people aren't ready. We need to put stuff around them. If you look at, wait, I'm sorry, didn't Washington's team get worse by last year? Dotson's not there no more.
Mm-hmm.
Ertz is cooked. They still got scared. It's still got scared Terrence, you know.
Scary team.
Yeah. They got Austin Eckler. I think that's an upgrade from Gibson. But
they got a 1-2 punch because they also got Brian Robinson Jr.
right. But the thing is, like, they always had a 1-2 punch for running backs.
That's fair.
But I was like, yeah. So what's all the, but don't Caleb Williams have more help than
Caleb Williams does
Daniels?
have more help. We've
What are we
already seen
talking about here?
We have already seen what Cole Kmet can do. I can't name Washington's tight end.
Cole Kmet. Oh, DJ Moore, Rome. Keenan Allen haven't even got there yet. So what do we? Maybe y'all need to stop putting one. These people aren't number 1 quarterbacks. Or since you say that they are, maybe y'all got it wrong, sports media people.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want to admit that. But you know,
Jayden Daniels' stat line. Jayden Daniels had the same amount of incompletions as he had touchdown passes. Think about how efficient that is. But hey, if y'all want to say he can sit back and learn, I mean, then you're not getting a player that's getting a 91% completion percentage, I believe. And the other thing that they broke a record for, or not really broke a record, it's more of like another this time in history thing. It was the first time in 84 years that a game was completed without any turnovers or punts.
wow, that was a fun game to watch.
That we got close in the 2003 playoffs, Chiefs versus Colts. We got close there, but the Chiefs had to punt once. So we got close in that game. But yeah, first time in 84 years that there was no turnovers and no punts. And the score shows for it. It was what, 38-33?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, very, very fun game to watch. Although Cincinnati did kind of start slow, and then all of a sudden that first touchdown pass to Jamar Chase is like, all right, there they go. They don't woke up. There they go. There they go. That's the old pepper on the boy. That's the old stuff.
That's, yeah, Caitlin Carter gonna go for triple
The
double.
Bengals are 0-3 though, so they have record wise nothing to show for that hard work. But yeah, that was the notes. Actually, That was the notes I had for the previous game, and make sure I had that completion percentage right.
Okay.
Yeah, not even
Um,
going.
yeah, it's really wasn't too much stuff.
But I guess we can go down and do the pick'ems for
Yeah,
week 4.
we sure can because Caitlin Clark hit one more 3-pointer.
He said, "Bring me my money."
Already, it's only in the first quarter. She get one more three, we getting paid.
Tell him, bring me my money.
I got stuff to
Tomorrow's
pay for.
game.
Huh?
I said tomorrow's game. Dallas at the New York Giants.
How do you feel about that?
You said how I feel about
Because
the pack or feel about the game?
no, like just about that game.
I'm probably not watching much of NFC East, except for how Washington played Monday. I might start watching them, but I'm probably
Yeah, they
not
are
watching.
fun to watch, yo. They are
um,
fun to watch.
I, considering Dallas's performance the past 2 weeks, I feel like we've now hit another stride. Uh, Truthful Cowboys fans will remember, and most fans of other teams will remember. There was a stride like right in like the 2010s where everyone complained about the fact that the Dallas Cowboys always got a crazy amount of shine slash primetime games, even though they were just 8-8. I think we've now hit that stride again for the Dallas Cowboys. They allowed 72 points on their home turf in 2 weeks.
Talk to them.
So I think we've hit that stride again. That being said, pick wise, I'm actually still going Dallas because I don't know what the Giants are doing minus Devin Singletary. I will not be surprised if the Giants win because the Giants defense has been eating. Brian Burns has been swallowing up people. I'm telling you. I won't be surprised if the Cowboys win, but as far as my actual pick, I will pick the Cowboys. Because I feel like this is one of those games where like basically everyone's gonna be yelling at each other in the locker room. They're gonna straighten up their act and such. And offensively, I can't name much talent on the Giants to keep up with how Dallas has an ability to score. Whether Dallas scores or not is a question, but we know Dallas can easily drop 30. I don't know if the Giants can drop 30. So I'm going to go Cowboys on that game.
I'm going for the Cowboys, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants win.
Fair.
Just because it's the Cowboys and they look dysfunctional.
Very dysfunctional.
And they can't stop the run. Man, if you can't stop the run up the middle,
Didn't Kamara have like 3 touchdowns?
I think four. I think three or four.
No,
But
yeah, it was
yeah, because
4.
he caught one, I believe.
Yeah, so he had 3 rushing touchdowns, 4 total. Yeah, yeah. Yo, one of the jokes I said I touch on later because I don't want to misquote this or anything, and then we'll move on to the Sunday's games. Because I'm gonna say this quote for
Yeah.
quote too.
You talking about Jerry Jones?
No,
Okay, he said some wild
no,
stuff too. And I
he
said,
been
fam,
saying wild stuff.
he said some wild stuff.
Come on, now all of a sudden I can't find it. Oh, I know an easy way I can find it.
That
I'm gonna
man was
just go
on
to my.
crash dummy
I'm gonna go
mode,
to my
yo.
page. Sorry for all the jiggling, folks. I'm just wanting to get back to this post so I can quote it word for word because y'all gon' laugh. Okay, it's Monday night. Okay, we almost there. So to kick it off, I will say it started with me making a post that said, "Dear Dallas Cowboys, please do not allow a 30 plus point game 2 weeks in a row on your own home turf. Please don't. The follow-up joke, which is why I did all this scrolling. And like I said, I want to quote it word for word. He said, Baltimore Ravens will hit the 40 burger. I have a feeling. This defense is an embarrassment. I'd trade half this team for a Reuben sandwich and a Bush Light right now. Fam, that took me out for like a good hour, bro.
Like, it's bad, yo. And then the whole thing, did you hear what Jerry, not about what Jerry said about somebody else, but he said about Derrick Henry?
Mm-mm.
He couldn't pay him. That's why he can be on the team. But I'm pretty sure if you would have paid CD Lamb and Dak Prescott before a week before the season started, maybe you could have figured it out.
Whoop. That team
You
going
know?
downhill, man. It's going to all fall on Jerry Jones.
Uh-huh.
My man thought the Titantron was more important than paying his players.
That thing is weird, yo. Have you been to that stadium?
Nah.
Your eyes just tend to go up because it's so big.
Yeah.
I had to keep telling myself, look down, because I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm about to say it has to be big because they've had punts that they've had to redo because the
Yep.
ball bounced off the Titantron.
It's like, doesn't it go from like the 20 to the 20 or something? It's something
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's something huge. Yeah.
Like I was in there for WrestleMania and I was like, this is stupid. Why am I doing this?
And the thing they had a college basketball national championship there. Like the
You get to
basketball
see
court smaller than the football field.
you get to see everything, every bit of that $1 billion in that stadium. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it does look it looks like it. Yep. Can't deny, yep. Can't hide money.
And then the first up on my list of games. How often do you get to see the Denver Broncos play at 1 o'clock 2 weeks in a row? Denver at the New York Jets. My pick, I'm actually sticking with my boys. Look, nothing against Aaron Rodgers. And I know I said earlier, we're going to get beat over the
You're
top.
playing at the Jets?
We're playing at the New York Jets.
Give me the Jets.
I'm sticking with the Broncos because no offense to Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers, you're 40. And the way my defensive front seven played on Sunday, I'm telling you, them 40-year-old knees are going to need some baptism and prayer for you to survive for 60 minutes. Nah, he get a couple passes off. Yeah, we're going to get beat over the top. All we got is Patrick Surtain. But that front seven, I mean, Sunday we had like 8 sacks. You
How
mean tell
many?
me Aaron Rodgers at 40 years old is going to survive that game if we sack him like 5 of those times?
How good is their offensive line? Because here's my thing about that. I think they'll be more balanced to run the ball because they got Breece Hall and
Yeah.
Breland Allen. So I think they're going to be running the ball a lot more, and I think that's what's keeping Rodgers healthy.
They better keep Rodgers healthy. We saw what happened when he wasn't healthy last year. 4 plays into the game. But even with them running the ball, I'm telling you, like we can probably clog the line with Alex Singleton. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of good planning and probably some play action, which Aaron Rodgers is good at. That's the part I'm kind of nervous. I got my butt clenched for that. Because I feel like our defense is going to sell out for the play action, and then Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
can cook from play action. But I'm still going to pick my boys, man. The next game, the Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers, and I am actually hoping the Packers figure it out, regardless of Minnesota being undefeated right now.
Man, I'm going with the Packers because I don't know what the hell Malik Willis doing. I ain't never seen him play like that.
I agree. But I mean, let's not gloss over the fact that oddly I said Minnesota would be bringing up the rear, and they are the head car. They are not the caboose. 3-0. The New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. I'm
Give me the Saints out of hate.
yeah, yeah. I
Saints.
sipped
No,
on
no,
it.
Saints. Saints. Yep, Saints all day.
Like Atlanta, nothing against y'all. Y'all got a
Oh
fantastic
no,
running
I'm
game.
sorry. Yeah, he's speaking for him. Everything against y'all.
I'm speaking just overall, but otherwise, but um, yeah, let's get it, Saints. Y'all got a good running game, but I don't know if y'all survive 60 minutes against the Saints, especially
Saints for
with their
me.
possibility of trick plays using Taysom Hill. What position? What positions has Taysom Hill not played? What kicker?
Football. Off lineman.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, you could argue because he's ran over and blocked because he was technically listed as a tight end. So I mean, if a tight end's not involved in the play, he'd be blocking. So you technically could argue he played offensive line.
Nah, you put him on nine, he gonna get cooked. He gonna get smoked out there, yo.
I'm just saying he's
My
technically
man gonna get put on the hill with a cross at the top if he
he
played
is
the offensive
technically lined up
line,
at the
dude.
tight end position and chipped somebody. So
Dude, that means you are a tight end.
that's one of those like what he ain't played what corner, kicker, coach, water boy.
Gumbo supplier.
The Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'm actually going with kind of the shock pick. I'm going with Tampa Bay. I'm hoping Tampa turns it around after getting smiggity smacked on Sunday back
Yeah,
there.
they need to figure something out.
So I'm actually going with the shot pick of Philly or Tampa Bay over Philly.
Wait, where's the game gonna be played?
It's at Tampa. Speaking of which, what's going to be lasting of Tampa after Hurricane Helene come through?
So I'm thinking they might have to stop postpone the game.
I mean, it's luckily coming through Thursday, so I mean it'll be in the Ohio Valley area.
I'm thinking about that field.
Yeah, true. They'll have what maybe a day and a half to turn around.
Um, let me go. Let me go with Philly. Let me go with Philly.
Which apologies if y'all hear it in the background. There's a lot of commerce going around my neighborhood. I don't
So I
really
was thinking, like, you
know.
know what? I think AJ Brown will be back, right?
In check though. Skip that diddly.
But that's the only thing I'm thinking about because I mean I don't know.
I feel like the Eagles are in a weird spot though.
Yeah,
Offensively. There we go. All right. Eagles, Buccaneers. Let's see this injury report. At least thus far. He's still listed as questionable. Oh Jesus. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith both listed as questionable.
hmm.
For the Buccaneers, Tristan Wirfs is listed as questionable. So that could be a thing as far as offensive line wise. Philly can bring enough pressure. Um, Cincinnati Bengals at the Carolina Panthers, and I'm actually joining your boy with
Oh, you going to the
Carolina.
game?
Hmm?
You going to
Oh,
the
no,
game?
not as far as going to the game, I'm saying because you're probably
Okay,
gonna
I'm
pick.
about to say, hey, I'll be downtown a little bit early. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, actually, depending on depending on plans and or finances, man, I could probably let you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
let me know because I'll be there looking
but
foolish.
as far as
'Cause you
actual
see the
getting
background, right?
there, mhm.
This picture was taken Tuesday, yesterday. It has a whole section of Dalton jerseys already.
Good
I'm not sure
love,
it was there before, but I don't know.
I'm actually picking Carolina for that game. Though. Um, This is my second shock pick of the week. I know, with back-to-back shock picks as well. Um, Cincinnati is in a Cincinnati is kind of in like a dead zone as well as they always have this trend of starting off super slow and then just turning it up like for the last like 10 or 11
They
weeks.
do. And like, let's not forget that yesterday was the first, not yesterday, Monday was the first game with Higgins and Chase.
Hmm.
And then that other third wide receiver, he's starting to pick it up too. So I think they have some chemistry issues going on. But
I'm just guessing you sticking with your boys, the Panthers.
oh yes, if Dalton's there, here's the thing too, right?
Funny he
If
gets to play his old team.
Man, he better play all his old teams. The Saints, Bears, Cowboys, all of them. Revenge tour, yo. But the crazy thing is this, right? Hopefully we win, but if we do not win and the game's competitive, it's still moving in the right direction.
Hmm.
Because people don't forget, like, well, they probably should. But I know there was no damn smoking line detector. My bad. I don't play that, yo. You got three beeps. Change. I ain't got time for this, man. Nah,
Right.
we doing that. Um, but uh we weren't competitive. And we said before, only one thing changed, right? Once again, if it looks competitive, what are we talking about? Do we trade Bryce? I don't know. That's a different story.
At this point, trade, bro. Cut him. I don't care. Um,
Yeah, like only thing was this right here. I would want to keep Bryce Young and then reevaluate at some point, just because he's on a rookie deal.
mhm.
That's it. And also, to Andy Dalton's contract is up at the end of this year. So,
um, which might actually low key be my pick for the barn burner game of the week, considering their past couple performances. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. I'm actually going with Houston.
I'll go with Houston as well.
Jacksonville just ain't figured it out yet. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts. This is probably going to be my last and final shock pick.
I'm
No, I
going with
got
the
one more.
Steelers, man. I'm gonna keep riding it out, man.
My shock pick, I'm actually going with the Colts, man. Anthony Richardson. Uh, Anthony Richardson shocks the world over Justin Fields. Although Justin Fields has low key been cooking for a guy that's gone through what he's gone through in his career. Um, but they beat the opening week. Remember the score was 18-10. They didn't score any touchdowns, but they Justin Fields at least got him in field goal range 6 times. They beat the opening week. Oh, we didn't do picks for the opening week. Anyway, um, like I said, Justin Fields has at least been um competent. As far as
Yeah,
Russ,
like he hasn't been messing it up.
yeah, you'll at least get some points. Um, the Chicago, oh, sorry, I about said it backwards. The LA Rams at the Chicago Bears, and actually, I'm not going to count that as a shock pick. I'm actually picking Chicago. One, it's in Chicago, and two, the Rams are banged up. Yeah, Matt Stafford and Kyron Williams and company.
Pittsburgh. That field. He gonna play the field.
Which is there a time? Is there a timetable for Puka Nakua?
Not sure, but I'm not sure, but I'm going for the Bears because it can't get no worse. And to be real, like what happened the last game, the 49ers just destroyed them, and then they stopped playing football.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure if they just didn't stop playing, it would have been a lot different.
The
So
Washington Commanders at the Arizona Cardinals. Actually, thanks to the Monday night doubleheader, going with the Washington Commanders. I feel like that's probably going to be a surprisingly very, very fun game to watch because both teams have been playing some pretty good ball, especially Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr. out here with the Kyler Murray putting up pretty big numbers. I feel like this is
yeah.
actually going to be a very, very fun game to watch, but I'm going with Washington.
Hold on, let me pull it back up. Do you think Caleb Williams turns it around that game or looks okay? Because he threw
Yeah,
for 300, but that 300 wasn't no damn 300. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah, he threw for 300, but
Some of the 300 was also the desperation. Wait.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does okay in that game. Plus, like I said, it helps that the Rams are kind of banged up. So,
Mhm.
but who's your pick for Washington, Arizona?
I was looking at the wrong game. My bad. Let me go with Washington. I'm gonna roll with Washington for a while. As long as like Jalen Daniels is tough. As long as like he played a little crash dummy last game where he ran between the tackles for a second. I said, no, no, mm-mm,
Uh-huh.
mm-mm.
Password.
You run to the outside. No, 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 no. But other than that, yeah, I'm
Uh,
going with Washington.
you got the New England Patriots and the San Francisco 49ers, which oddly just became a lot closer than what was originally scheduled due to injuries.
You know what's weird? I'm looking at. Are you on NFL.com?
No, I
Okay, that
am.
makes sense now. 'Cause I was like, hmm. You said the Patriots against the 49ers?
Yeah.
Uh, hey, look, man. What we doing here, man? We trying to be gambling addicts, man, or what? 49ers, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna go San Fran as well with that stellar defense. Um, New England, I don't know. New England's probably going to still have a bottom five offense by the end of the season. Um, but it honestly got just that little bit much closer because of key injuries on San Francisco. So I guess we'll see what happens. But I agree, 49ers.
Yeah, because I mean, for like Party is proving people wrong.
Mm-hmm.
No Kittle, no CMC, no Debo. You can just out there doing cardio. You know.
Are you doing great?
Mm-hmm.
The unfortunate Mr. Nast.
Mm-hmm.
The Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Give me the Raiders by a mile. I think they're gonna beat the brakes off that team, yo.
I agree. I'm going with you
I
on.
I think they about to go ham.
I feel like Mr. Nasty needs to just go ahead and sit it down and continue being nasty if he wants to
He
and
can't.
don't have lawsuits.
He can't sit down because they owe him so much. That thing, man, they owe him so much money. Dang, Deshaun Watson. I'm, yeah, Massage
um,
Watson.
I'm about to say not Deshaun Watson, but Massage Watson.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the LA Chargers.
Give me the Chiefs. I don't like Her is Herbert even playing?
I'm about to say, I don't think he is.
Mm-mm.
He's
Give me
listed
the
as
Chiefs.
he's listed as super questionable. They had to bring in Taylor Heineke, and I didn't even know he still had a job.
Oh yeah, he's always gonna have a job.
Um,
He's not a starting one.
the Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens on
You know what?
Sunday Night Football matchup.
Give me the Ravens on the upset.
Yeah, I'm actually going Buffalo, but I can still see it. Let's not forget the Ravens do have a top five defense.
Yes, and one thing that they can do is stop runs. I believe until well, you know what? They can until the fourth quarter, and then I don't know. They just go on vacation. Like I think it's
I
a
mean,
mental thing because both sides of the ball just stop.
I was like, yeah, I think the more plays a certain team can run, if they can get physical enough with you, that defense is going to get worn down. So you go up against a team that's comfortable running like a 9 to 13 play drive, yeah, you can
Hmm.
wear down real quick. And then your
But
running game,
so can
wow.
the Ravens with Derrick Henry.
So
Nobody wants to tackle him.
you can't tackle him. You get
He's
baptized.
huge, yo. That's a big dude.
You will get baptized. And then another Monday night doubleheader.
You
The
know, I'm
first
kind of
of
liking these, but I'm kind of mad at these. Not bad.
yeah.
I wish they would have something on the East Coast, right? On the Eastern time zone starting at 6:30. And then have one on the Western time zone, or no, the Western, the Pacific time zone at 9:30. That would be perfect. Because you get to watch both
Mhm.
and it doesn't overlap. And every game starts at 6:30 local time. That would be perfect. But
Yep.
hey, I don't make the rules.
No other time zone exists except for New York. So it's
Yeah. And then well, here's the thing too, it's like
almost like what they treat it like. It's like since New York is in Eastern time zone, they
the NFL can make this happen because they own a whole day. You own no. Besides Amazon, you kind of own the country.
like
Look at
what
Ray
else?
Lewis said. He said, "Man, look how much evil that people call it crime that will happen if they take our game away." But why is that, Ray? Nothing else to do, Sal. You
What else you gonna
know?
do on Sunday? Watch
There's
watch the
nothing
ball.
else. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
it's
forgot that was a channel, didn't you?
it's
You gonna
they
watch the Oprah Winfrey Network?
they own it. But yeah, it's like it's crazy, man. Because it's like if you think about it, right? I watch a lot of sports, a lot of soccer, a lot of basketball. Football is the only thing that takes 3, 4 hours. I'm gonna say 3.5, right?
Hmm.
If you go to a game, right, it's about 3.5 hour game, but it takes the whole day. It's the weirdest. The whole day is gone.
Yep.
Just pack it up, yo.
Especially if you host a tailgate.
Mm-mm.
You might as well take the Monday off. Um, the first of the Monday night doubleheader, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins, which is my other vote for the bar
Yo,
bird.
I'm glad they put the thing at 7:30, so they can be like, all right, 8:15, switch over, please, please, please switch over, please, please don't
I'm
watch
not
the
trying to
game.
watch Mr. Mayo Man.
Yo, is Huntley the quarterback for the Dolphins right now?
I
Check this
forgot
out,
you said
right?
Skylar Thompson was hurt. I forgot you said Skylar Thompson was hurt.
Yo, these two defenses are like in the top five, I think, this week. Not because of the good defenses, it's because the quarterbacks just be out here, you know.
Just be out here.
Yeah, yeah, just be out. Yeah, hey, they keep on dropping these checks.
My pick was actually Tennessee. At least they had a starter. Do I think the starter's good? Not really, but
I don't know, man. I think they're gonna just pack the box and forcing them to throw. Both teams, 8 in the box.
Don't play Tony Pollard.
You may need to play Tony Pollard. Not for running game, just so you can catch out the backfield. Mm,
Now
I'll
you
go
get
with the
set.
Dolphins though, just because it's going to be in Miami.
Fair, fair point. Dolphins also still have a guy named Tyreek Hill.
Yes, that. Yep. Just throw it up. Chuck it up there, dog.
And then the other one of the doubleheader, we got the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions, which I think will be the other highly
Mm.
entertaining game. And I'm
Yeah,
actually going with the road upset and picking the Seattle Seahawks.
but give me the Lions. Just because I think the Lions fans are going to be a little crazy.
Then the question is, in the crowd, celebrity wise, do you think? Oh, let me pick my pen back up.
Eminem,
In the crowd, celebrity wise, do you think we'll see the Eminem or Kid Rock at the game?
Eminem. I feel like both of those are like our presidential candidates. Like, one clearly leans this way, and the other one clearly leans the other way. But nobody says anything.
But the last part for Pick'em, do you have any hot takes? Which
Um,
that's why I picked my pen back up.
hot takes. Trevor Lawrence will throw 3 touchdowns this week. Devontae Adams will score 1 touchdown. Uh, what else we got? What else we got? Xavier Legette will have 50 yards receiving. Devin Singletary will rush for at least 50 yards.
Yeah. And then Singletary. I might wait. How much you said for Singletary?
50.
I'm actually going to up you and say 80.
I can see that.
30, 80 yards. And the only real hot take that I had was that no, two. The Las Vegas Raiders will finish with at least 4 sacks. See, Raiders defense 4 sacks, and then I will say the Denver Broncos actually pick off Aaron Rodgers twice.
Hmm.
However, one of the two, uh, actually, I'll say it like this: they will pick off Aaron Rodgers twice, but it won't be Aaron Rodgers' fault. It'll be like a
Like a
smack.
tip pass or
Yeah.
hmm,
The Broncos defense will have 2 interceptions, but not as of Aaron Rodgers' fault.
gotcha. Like a wrong route, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that pretty much do it there. Any other news or anything you got?
Not really. It's more so just waiting to see. 'Cause I think the biggest news was that Bryce Young got benched, and we were
Mm-hmm.
just waiting to see what would happen. But now, not so much. It's just like, all right, let's like people would think that it's a fluke, right?
Mm-hmm.
But oh my gosh, yeah, but can Andy Dalton keep it up? Like that was never the point of him being benched. It's just to
Mm-hmm.
see if the offense can work. The offense can work. Everybody's just excited now because like, okay, we're not crazy. The
Fair.
problem was that guy.
Yep.
So I just want to see competitive football. I will be at the game. If y'all see me, shots on you. Nah, probably no shots. Maybe. I don't know. I need detox. Jesus.
Y'all end up y'all end up seeing me somewhere downtown outside of the stadium, man.
Oh, yo,
I
we play y'all.
oh,
Broncos
Denver?
and Panthers, I believe.
In Denver?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, America.
Mm-hmm. I guess until later.
Y'all know what we say, man. Y'all stay fly, man. Y'all keep on sipping.
Keep on sipping, people. Wash your hands, because people going around this season, not people in the face. Pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop with the mace. Pop, 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 pop.
And that's grody. Like
Peace.
P. Diddy. But anyway,
Whoa.
y'all check
Yep,
this
that
out.
Frico charge he got. All right,
Y'all
y'all.
check this beer out, man. Y'all check it out, man. Until next time, deuces.
Juices.